in today's video, we're gonna put the hardware. We're gonna put the hardware onto this guitar. We're almost done. I think it looks really cool. So let's get going. We have a little bit of things that we have to do too, so it's not gonna be just hardware in this video. For example, I really want to take the clay out of the eyes. So let's get going, okay? Yeah, let's just get going, right? So the clay in the eyes are there to protect the LEDs. Of course, you already know this because you saw all the videos and didn't skip any. I'm obviously joking. I understand that you were skipping a lot. And I used clay because it's fairly easy to remove and it's fairly easy to cover precisely what you want to cover. And a little bit of touch-up work we have to do here and there. But we need to do that anyway. Okay guys, so it's time for a sneak peek. You know, one of those little things that you're not supposed to see until the end. Well, here it is. Wow, look at those eyes. Ooh, I just put a little battery. You can see it right there. I just put it on and it works. It's all working. All right, so so now we're gonna put in the studs for the bridge. They look like this. You've probably seen this before. And if you saw in an earlier video, I drilled a hole through a little bit of a block of wood that I inlaid into the guitar. I have it right here. I'll show you here. You might remember I had to inlay a piece of wood. I drilled a hole, inlaid it so the hole is there. And the reason why is you have to drill a hole to that hole so that you can put in a ground wire so that you can ground the bridge. It can be that stud, but I already had, you know, all of that sort of messed up, so it would be easier to just drill that hole as I inlaid that piece of wood. It was sort of a clever little thing that I came up with last second. Now I can see if I can find that hole and just put this wire in and pull it out and try to align it so the wire isn't sticking out, just the copper inners, which I'm gonna move the camera around so you see it a little bit. So basically like that. You see the copper wire sticking out just into the cavity, and I'm gonna try to press this in, and as I'm pressing that in, I hope it's gonna get a connection to the wire and just be making a ground connection basically. As I'm gonna push this in, I need to move the guitar body off its neck rest because I don't want to put any force on a joint like the neck. So I'm pressing this in here like so, and I'm taking a mallet for the last bit and just tapping it. Something like that. It goes in fairly easy. And now the wire should be in there, and we can move on to the next step. So I have this little screen that I've made here. You can see there's a piece of glass in there that's gonna go over here. And you might think, why would I need that? Well, it's because in here we're not gonna put a pickup. We're gonna put this little fella that I made. He is small and cute and he likes you. So we need to put some of this fabric in here and cut it to size, trying to get it to look nice and have him sort of just sit in here and be a part of this whole thing. And hopefully it's gonna work. Can I make that maybe a little bigger? We'll have to feed the two wires through the hole, just like a regular pickup, into the next cavity, like so. Chosen this fabric here because I want something that kind of feels like it's going to be a grave draw. Come in here. So, another little sneak peek. Doesn't this look kind of cool? Look at that. So we have a lot of wires here already, but there's something missing. So let's take these wires first and just move them into this. There's a hole here. Let's push them through. We'll try to put them neatly around so that they are not too much in the way, because obviously we have something very special that needs to get in here. And then these two wires as well. There's a lot of wires. Here we have a pickup. And those two wires need to go in there as well. And that's all the wires we need. And there we have it. And now we just need to screw it in and it will be good to go. Okay, so here is the guitar now, and basically everything is on it. Except for, you know, the tuners and the strap buttons and the output jack, but that we'll put that on last. Now, sorry, there's one thing more I want to do, and that is if we take a look at these side dots that I have right here, you can probably tell that they're white. Well, I made out of clay these little friends. These little friends, they are basically side dots, but I mean fretboard dots, but with they're little pumpkins. So I'm gonna show you how to get these ones out, fairly easy, and we're gonna replace them. So let's start somewhere here, since that's where we are, and just take this one for example. No, let's go there. That's a closer one. So first, to remove them, I take an awl and I make a little mark. Then I take a drill that is somewhere around 2.5, you know, something like that, and I just drill. Straight in. You will feel when it's like through and it's all nice and good. Then I take something like this and poke it in and just move it about a bit on the inside, and it will break out. See how I'm getting it out? There we go. Came out like nothing. Alright, so the marks are out. Just put in a little dab of super glue. Like so. And then orient the pumpkin the right way so that the face is matching up the right way. And we just have to press it into place. There we go. Having something to press it in with makes it a little easier. There we go. Went in fairly straight. Press it with something else a little bit just to make sure it's really getting in there. This is just a brush, but it's getting in there. Yeah. You can take a razor blade and just gently see if we can get off the top like that. And then we just put a dab of glue on top as well. Just smear it around a little bit. Don't spray like accelerator or something on it. Just leave it because we want it to sink in to the actual inlay. And then we just take our next little guy. Just it's the kind of clay that you use as a kid. If you've played with clay as a kid, you know exactly what I mean. But it's like oven baked clay. I just used 2 different colors to make it all work for me, basically. Line up, almost pulled off the glue. Come back, place, give it a press. Alright, so here we have all the little frets marks now. I gotta say, I kind of like the little pumpkin things, but they got all deformed putting them in, but maybe that's all good. Anyway. So now, it's just the tuners left. So let's put them on the guitar and and see what happens once we have the tuners on. It's gonna be great. Okay, so I have these groover tuners right here. I know people are always asking what it is I'm using. I don't know why. Does it matter? I don't think it matters. But anyway, I put them in through the back like so. And then screw on the top. They are a little bit different. You can see one tuner looks like that, and one tuner looks like that. So, this one will go on this side, and this one will go on this side. But other than that, there is really no big difference between them. I don't have to have a special one in place for the E string and another one for the B string and so on. It's just kind of you put whichever one you want wherever you want. There are tuners where you have to think about that, but those are staggered poled tuners or something like that, and that's not what we're dealing with right here. And it's one of those marketing things, I think from Fender originally, to make you believe that you need something that you maybe don't need unless there's something wrong with your guitar. So it's actually kind of funny that Fender is trying to get you to buy something that they're implying means that there's something wrong with your guitar. Just thought that was a fun little extra info thing for you there on the corner of the universe. But as you can see, I put them on very quickly. Obviously, we need to tighten them down. I'm only finger tightening them right now, but we're only finger tightening because we are we're going to screw in screws on the back, and we want to be able to move them a little bit and align them correctly and get it all to be in the right place. I mean, get it all to be in the right place. So we have a little bit of an issue, and that is that these tuners will have to sit in a curve instead of a straight line. If there's just a straight line, we can just use a ruler, but now we can't. So we either have to make a template, which I really don't want to have to do, and we have to try to eyeball everything to sit exactly in the right place. So I'm going to try to use this ring here that you can hopefully see as sort of a guideline to help me get that straight so that the tuners will sit straight. And I'm going to take 2 tuners at the time, starting up with this tuner at the top. Just get these 2 screws in place like so, and then take this tiny little screwdriver and just screw them in. And then the next 2, and we're just going to try to align them put these 2 last screws in as well. Then we flip the guitar back over and we can tighten these down. Make sure that they are really on there. Like this. Something like that. It's all good. Okay, da da da. Time to put strings on. So it's time to put on the strap buttons. And before the guitar got flipped around and turned into a left-handed guitar, the strap buttons used to be on the other side, but they were on the back. So in order to have them on the back again, I think I'm gonna have to use locking strap buttons, because I don't trust these regular strap buttons on something like this. So there, maybe, and then with a little hole, you can make a mark there, and then we just drill. Like so. Take our strap button and our screw, and we can just screw this one in. Something like that. And then we have this thing that we're going to put on the strap, and we can lock it in place. It won't come off. And then we do the same thing here. We take our strap button, put it as far out as we can without it going over the edges, and we just make a little mark. And then we drill straight down. Screw, put it through into the wood, and tighten it down. And there you have it. Alright, so there we have the guitar now. It's basically all finished and done. I think it looks really cool. Oh, right. So, I need to do a little bit of setup work and make the strings, stretch the strings, and make the height of the strings a little bit nicer, and just adjust the truss a little bit. And when I've done that, up here, I'm gonna put this. That looks cool, right? In next video, we're gonna sort out the electronics. So stick around for that, because that will be it, and the guitar will be done. Nice. Look at those fret marks. They kind of make the guitar look cool. Anyway, I'm going to play the guitar for a little bit, even though Master has said that I'm not allowed to actually play it, but I have to play it a little bit just to feel the things and make it nice, So I'm just going to play the guitar for a bit, and until next time, don't forget to stay awesome and cool. Hey, I got it. I got it. What was I saying again? Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna play a little bit of guitar now.
Master! He's playing the guitar!
What? I told you to not let him do that! Get him! Sorry. No, please, sorry. I'm sorry, Master. No!